Hello and welcome back to the United Devils Watchalong. Today we are finishing the Premier League season for Manchester United, and while they have done very well in the last few weeks, everything is still to play for as they travel to Leicester today in an attempt to secure Champions League football for next season with just 1 point if the King Power would do so. Of course, Leicester are currently 5th, United are currently 3rd. A win for Leicester would likewise guarantee them Champions League football. A draw could be enough for both sides if Chelsea lose to Wolves, playing obviously at the same time, as Wolves do know that a win would guarantee them Europa League football for next season, with Tottenham hot on their tails, only a point behind, and if Arsenal win in the FA Cup, 7th place do not get a chance at Europa League football. So lots to play for, including a relegation battle, which involves the likes of Aston Villa, Bournemouth and Watford. But for Leicester and United today, both will be looking for a win. For Leicester, they've changed from the back five that lost 3-0 away to Tottenham. Kasper Schmeichel remains in goal with 13 clean sheets this season, the joint 4th best in the Premier League. James Justin, Wes Morgan, Johnny Evans and Luke Thomas all remain in the side. Ryan Bennett is dropped for an extra midfielder. It's Wilfred Ndidi, Hamza Chowdhury, the extra midfielder available, and Yuri Tielemans making a midfield 3 for Leicester. Mark Albrighton is going to be a wide left winger. Kelechi Iheanacho probably more inside forward on the right, and the main man himself, Jamie Vardy, leading the line as you would have expected, the Premier League top goal scorer this season. For Manchester United, they have kept David De Gea in goal after making a couple of mistakes against Chelsea, but was fairly solid against West Ham. Aaron Wan-Bissaka comes in for Fosu Mensah, who was subbed off at half-time against West Ham. Lindelof and Maguire both start. Maguire not missed a single minute of Premier League football for Manchester United. Brandon Williams keeps his place, with Luke Shaw still absent. Matic, Pogba and Fernandes remain in the side, the midfield three that looked a bit tired actually against West Ham, and Pogba obviously giving away the penalty. Greenwood, Rashford and Martial also remain in the side as the front three. Of course, between them, they have a whopping total of 44 Premier League goals this season. Mason Greenwood with 10, Rashford with 17, and Martial also with 17. On the benches, Danny Ward, the former Liverpool player, is Leicester's sub-goalkeeper. Ryan Bennett is the only defensive cover for Leicester, obviously missing the likes of Chilwell, Soyuncu and Pereira. Matty James, Nampalys Mendy and Dennis Pratt are the central midfielders, with James Maddison still injured. Harvey Barnes, Ayoze Perez and Damari Gray are the wide options, and young George Hurst, who made his debut against Tottenham, is the sole striker on the bench. For Manchester United, it's a relatively unchanged subs bench. Romero remains. Bailly is back after being injured in the FA Cup semi-final, so good to see he's not too severely injured. Fosu Mensah swaps for Wan-Bissaka. Dalot is dropped from the team altogether. McTominay and Fred are the usual suspects as the holding midfield options. Mata remains, but Lingard swaps in for Pereira, which could be his final United appearance if he manages to come on. Daniel James is the wide option, and Odi Nagalo is the sub-striker. Manchester United know that they have only lost twice to Leicester in their 27 Premier League games against them. They've won 18 of those and drawn 7, and haven't lost at the King Power Stadium since 2014, when Louis van Gaal lost one man and conceded 5 goals in a 5-3 defeat after being 3-1 up. This is a massive game, and it's about to get on way with Leicester in their new home kit for next season, and Manchester United in the usual red. Just seen Jay said a comment. He's nervous that we can do it. The midfield is crucial in today's game. He's very correct. Obviously, both have a midfield 3. United probably with a more attack-minded one with a number 10, whereas Leicester look like they have an anchor and 2 kind of roaming midfielders. We will be showing alerts from the other games that are going around today. Obviously, all 10 matches are being played at the same time, so it is going to be massive to see how this gets along. And as you might be able to see, we have got a timer for the first time, and we'll be doing a first half 45 and a second 45 to go alongside it. And I think it will be Manchester United to get us underway. Obviously, the referee, Martin Atkinson, is the one that's going to be blowing the whistle. But crucial game, and you would probably expect it to be a relatively exciting one as that. And we'll see how long it takes to... Obviously, the players will all take the knee as for the Black Lives Matter movement. And United will get us underway, playing from right to left. And we're away. And it's Fernandes straight to Lindelof. And Harry Maguire returning to his old stomping ground for the first time. Brandon Williams, straight to Martial, looked like he was fouled. Wes Morgan, not deemed to have done so, but United do get the throw. Of course, United in their last 2 games against Leicester won 1-0, kept the clean sheet, and Rashford scored both goals. We'll have to see whether they can do it today, though. It is Mark Albrighton who clears. He looks like he's actually playing as a wing-back at this point, and it's Vardy and Iheanacho up top. So we'll see how that pans out for United, who have gone for the usual back 4. But a long pass from Williams into Rashford. Looks for Martial down the Leicester right, but it's cleared by Albrighton towards Vardy, but Maguire heads out well. Williams now. Reverse pass to Matic. Looking for Fernandes, he loses out, but it recovers well after indeed he gave it away. It's now Wan-Bissaka on the right-hand side, rather central to Mason Greenwood, looking to get past Luke Thomas. Pogba gives it to Fernandes. United looking sharp. Greenwood's found Pogba, and Martial is actually through, and he looks to get past. Was he fouled? It's actually offside. But, of course, VAR will look at this, because we'll see. Really nice play. Greenwood into Pogba. Martial does look offside. Just offside, because that could have been dangerous, and it looked like it might have been a foul if he had actually been onside. Let's have a look. Maybe a weak one. Jay has said we're missing Shaw on the overlap. That is very true. I think Luke Shaw's qualities in this team have been underrated at times by pretty much every fan. And in the last few games, he has been sorely missed. But Leicester can clear now towards Albrighton. And now Iheanacho with good hold-up play. Albrighton can get it through to Vardy, who's looking to get past past Victor Lindelof down the Leicester right. Looks to put in a good ball, actually, but Mason Greenwood does well defensively, and Pogba can bring it away. Wan-Bissaka drags it back. United back in a comfortable position. It's Maguire. Williams. Of course, naturally right-footed. He has more of an urge to cut back instead of drive forward, but a long pass from Lindelof looking for Rashford. And early goal in the Newcastle United game. They score against the champions Liverpool. Dwight Gale with a first-minute goal. But it is Johnny Evans for Leicester City looking for the long pass after receiving one from Lindelof. Lindelof heads out, though. Then so does Luke Thomas, and it's a bit of head tennis before it goes out, and Lindelof can recover. Early goal in a game that matters not for Manchester United or Leicester. The big game for them is Chelsea versus Wolves, both sides needing a win, or in fact Chelsea only needing a point to guarantee top 4, but it will be interesting to see how that pans out, because Wolves will want the win to secure it, because Tottenham will be guaranteed to win against Palace, who have lost in their last 7, and Tottenham in white-hot form at the moment. Wan-Bissaka now getting past Chowdhury. Pogba sweeps it to Williams, who's come central. And now to Rashford, but he loses out to Albrighton. He looked really rusty in the West Ham game, but rusty Albrighton gives it away to Lindelof, and Pogba now. Back to Williams. And now it's Martial on the left-hand side. Matic finding Martial again down the channel, looking to get past Justin. But Justin wins the ball, and it will be a throw-in to United. Another big game in the relegation battle. Arsenal have taken an early lead against Watford, and that will mean that, as it stands, Aston Villa will stay up and Watford will go down, now without a permanent manager. And it was an Aubameyang penalty that opened the scoring for the Gunners in a really a game that means not much to them, but would push them from 10th to 8th. But it's Fernandes with an early corner for United. 5 minutes in. Can he break the deadlock? Good ball in towards Maguire, actually, but it was headed out well. But Matic recovers and Rashford miskicks it, and it's cleared by Thomas towards Iheanacho, who loses out for a throw on United's right. Former Manchester City player Kelechi Iheanacho moved to Leicester 3 seasons ago for 25 million. He's not really done well. Last season he only got 1 goal. He's multiplied that by 5 this season, but still not really reached his full potential. And Luke Thomas clears towards Vardy, but Lindelof headers out, but it's recycled. Maguire has it and sweeps it clear. But again, only as far as his former teammate Johnny Evans, who gives away a cheap throw-in. It is Wan-Bissaka now who deflects it through a Leicester player, but Pogba recycles it towards Williams. And now it is Bruno Fernandes down the left-hand side, feeding Martial. Greenwood's gone central alongside Rashford, actually, for the moment. Williams to Matic, to Martial, back to Matic. Nice play, Martial down the right-hand side, inside the box. Looks to cut it back, but he just got a foot on it. Johnny Evans did really well there. Matic now, who's played very sharply for the first 6 minutes. It's Bruno Fernandes to Williams. Rashford towards Williams. Looks to get bulldozed over by Ndidi, and it says it's going to be a goal kick. But it doesn't look like Ndidi got any of the ball. It's not going to be looked at, I don't think. We'll have a look. It's really nice play from Rashford, Bruno and Williams. He doesn't get the ball, Ndidi. He doesn't get the ball at all. But it's not going to be looked at all. And now, a very shock lead for Norwich City. Relegated Norwich City are leading Manchester City at the Etihad. And it's Onel Hernandez. But for the moment, in this game, it is still 0-0. Early goals already, but none so far. Now it's Harry Maguire having to defend and clears it out for a throw to Leicester on their right-hand side. A point would do for Manchester United, as I've said, and it would mean they would be on 64 points for the season. But now Iheanacho, no penalty given. He did get brought down. Ndidi loses out and Matic can counter with Rashford now. Be a controversial one if they do score, but Rashford's pass is under hit and behind Martial. And it's now with Albrighton. Looks to whip it in towards Iheanacho. It's deflected off Williams and Maguire heads out, but only as far as Tielemans, whose loose pass is competed by Greenwood and he has it. Played really well against West Ham. Got his 10th goal of the season in that 10th Premier League goal of the season, and 17 in all competitions, which makes him the joint highest goal scorer for a teenager in United's history, alongside the likes of George Best and Wayne Rooney, which is a fantastic stat for Mason Greenwood to be having. But United just playing around, doesn't seem like there was any reason to give it. But Fernandes has it now, lost out. So now Ndidi towards Iheanacho and Maguire with a loose challenge. It's a yellow card for Harry Maguire early on. And not the return he would want. Don't think it was really needed. He's never going to get that. It's not going to be a red card. Doesn't look like it's a penalty at all. Paul Pogba potentially trying to almost giving away a second penalty in as many games. But Maguire booked. Of course, if he does play every minute today, he will be the first Manchester United outfield player to not miss a minute of Premier League football since Gary Pallister in 1994-95. Now, I think that Onel Hernandez goal was actually ruled out by VAR, so it will remain 0-0. But a header from Thomas looked to find Vardy, but United have it back with Pogba looking for Martial. It's under hit, who didn't come to the ball. Wes Morgan won it actually really well, quite sharp on the ball there. Albrighton reverse pass into Yuri Tielemans. Now Iheanacho back to Tielemans on the United left. Leicester's right. Albrighton looking for a ball in. It's caught by De Gea really easily. And it's now Pogba again. Matic to Williams. Whips it into the path of Rashford, but was fouled by Wes Morgan. And that will be a free kick to United, which they should play short, just to get the game up and running, but we'll see. And it's Maguire, back to Lindelof. And in fact, City have now opened the scoring with Gabriel Jesus, and they should be on the way to a win from this point. They barely give up a lead in a game, especially this season. But now Rashford whips it in towards Mason Greenwood, who heads it over the bar, but good chance, really from nothing. Let's have a look at this. Rashford with a really, really good ball. Lovely cross in towards Mason Greenwood, and he probably has to jump a bit higher. Not really. He's not scored a header yet for Manchester United in his early career. But that'd be one he'd be disappointed in missing. But it's now Tielemans who finds Chowdhury. Back to Thomas on the left. All the way back to Johnny Evans. Does look like Leicester are playing with a back three. Then it's more controversial. They've dropped Ryan Bennett, who is the natural centre-back, in for James Justin. But it's now Thomas looking for a ball in. It's just really poor, and it'll be out for a goal kick. Another goal to tell you about. It is 1-0 to Tottenham at Selhurst Park. I'm not sure of who the scorer is, but that will mean that Wolves will be more eager to win against Chelsea. It is actually Harry Kane. Of course it was Harry Kane. Who else would it be for Tottenham? And it is Brandon Williams now for United, though. To Maguire. Fernandes, who's looked lively, but that wasn't the best pass, but it's deflected out for a throw to United. And now, more interesting news at the bottom of the table. Bournemouth have scored against Everton a Josh King penalty, which would take them level on points with Watford and Aston Villa. Very interesting permutations at the bottom of the table. Will there be interesting permutations at the top? And Pogba launches it towards Wan-Bissaka after some high pressure. That was really smart. And Wan-Bissaka looking to get past Wilfred and Ndidi. Fernandes loses out now after a poor pass from Wan-Bissaka, but he's won it back. Wan-Bissaka done really well, but Greenwood loses out, and now it's Luke Thomas, but Lindelof has it. Does well defensively. Pogba to Wan-Bissaka and Matic. Things a bit sluggish and sloppy. Fernandes can't keep it in. Will be a throw to Leicester on their left-hand side, around 40 yards out. Just need to get into a groove either side, really, and you have to say this is finely balanced at the moment, the first 14 minutes. It's Iheanacho to, I think, Thomas, but Pogba can sweep it back to Brandon Williams. And now Maguire to Matic, who's given it out on the edge of the box. It's Ndidi to Tielemans. And now it's a shot, but just over. Wilfred Ndidi with a good chance, and that was a really, really poor giveaway by Nemanja Matic. Playing out from the back, he wasn't looking where he was going. and it's fed into Ndidi, who hits a strong shot, but it looks like De Gea would have had it covered if it was on target, which it wasn't anyway. But that is a that should be a big wake-up call for Manchester United as they play out the back now. And now it's Lindelof who looks to feed Wan-Bissaka, but it's off for a throw. Again, really sloppy. Leicester not really allowing United a lot of space. And they are winning the ball, but they don't quite have the quality to create big chances. And they've just given it away now, but Rashford's header was really poor. But Williams can pounce on this, and he's fed Martial on the edge of the box, but it's a good touch from Justin to get it out for a corner. Martial's been really lively, making really good runs, but Justin read that one well after a really poor pass, and Williams feeds Martial. It might just have been the wrong side of him. It will be another corner for United, same place on their left-hand side. Bruno Fernandes with an in-swinging one. Almost got Maguire last time. Will he get one this time, though? Looks it in towards Maguire again. Headed out, but Matic loses out now, and Leicester could counter when Ndidi gets away from Matic. Loads of space to find Chowdhury, but instead finds only Brandon Williams. Chowdhury then recovers, and it's all Brighton down the right. Back to Tielemans. It's Johnny Evans now. On the halfway line, Wes Morgan. Justin to Chowdhury. Of course, was reportedly close to an England call-up earlier in the season, but a red card and an injury sort of hampered his chances. But it's Tielemans now. Back to Chowdhury. First time pass towards Thomas, which was really nice. Really well controlled by Thomas. Puts in a good pass towards Albrighton on the edge of the box. Looks for a shot. It's deflected. Was it? I think it might have actually just been really wide from Albrighton. It looked deflected, but in fact, I think it is going to be a goal kick. It was a really nice cross from Thomas, but no proper connection from Albrighton. And United have the goal kick, and Williams back to Maguire. Matic. 25 seconds it took for Liverpool to concede against Newcastle. And Dwight Gale back to haunt Liverpool again. But Pogba to Brandon Williams. And Rashford whipping across towards Fernandes. We saw this against West Ham. Cutted it back, but there was no one there, and Thomas can comfortably clear towards Vardy. But Lindelof's trying to defend it, and he does very well there, Victor Lindelof. And De Gea can clear to Wan-Bissaka, actually. He's done very well to keep that in and find Matic too. Really nice play all round after a good pass to Vardy from Thomas. And now Williams to Greenwood, but it's loose. And a touch from Albrighton will send it out for a throw on the left-hand side for United. As we're approaching a drinks break in the next 5 minutes, if you have any questions or topics you'd like for me to discuss throughout the game, please comment on the live chat and I will answer them as soon as I can and give you a shout out live. As United look to open the scoring for the first time in 3 games. It's Wan-Bissaka to Pogba. Back to Wan-Bissaka. No real movement ahead of him as they play another 1-2. And he looks to get past Thomas and does, but can't get past Tielemans, but Matic recovers. Pogba puts in a ball towards Rashford, but Schmeichel does well to come off his line and catch it. Schmeichel, of course, making his 209th Premier League appearance. He was obviously at Manchester City for a time, but rarely played and came through Leicester through the Championship and has been a stalwart in their team, really, as the vice-captain. To Matic, giving it away to Justin, And good link up between Justin and Albrighton, finds Iheanacho on the edge of the box. Now to Tielemans, who can't get past Wan-Bissaka, who does really well, and brings out Bruno Fernandes, who has to check back. Dummy past Thomas, but can't get away from the youngster, and it will be a throw to Leicester. He's complaining about pulling on his shirt, but he's not going to get it. It's Ndidi to Chowdhury. After the throw, sweeps it to Albrighton. Iheanacho dummies past Matic really, really well. Looks to get past Pogba and finds Tielemans instead on the edge of the box. Looks for Iheanacho. It's stabbed away by Maguire and then by Matic. And it's Williams who's going to clear. And Rashford's fouled. And it will be a free kick. Brighton now leads in their match 1-0. It is Basuma who scores, I think, his first goal for the club away to Burnley. Matic gives that ball away and Maguire did well there. But Rashford on the counter was fouled and it will be a free kick. Matic playing it to Pogba. Sweeps it to Wan-Bissaka. It's Lindelof, United happy to just keep possession for a bit and keep the play calm, really. And it's Brandon Williams. Back to Pogba. No pressure on him for the moment. He feeds Fernandes. Again, no pressure. Martial in. But Johnny Evans does exceptionally well to get that away from the Frenchman. But Chowdhury's given it away. And Evans again recovers well. It's back with Chowdhury. And Ndidi. And it's Luke Thomas. Lindelof has that now. Jay saying we're looking the better team. We really are. Just need that final bit of clinical finishing in the box, really. And Fernandes finds a great pass to Greenwood on the edge of the box on the right-hand side. Looks for Martial. It's under hit and it's back with Johnny Evans. And Thomas looks to clear, but it's deflected off Brandon Williams for a throw inside Leicester's half. Couple minutes before the drinks break, and this game is goalless as it stands. And it is also, if I'm not mistaken, goalless in the Chelsea-Wolves game. No shots on target from either side. No shots on target from either side here either. So it's really a neutralised couple of matches in the race for Champions League football. But it's Wan-Bissaka, Fernandes. Wan-Bissaka couldn't find a pass or dribble past anyone. Needs to work on that really for next season. He has got 5 assists for this campaign, all of which coming past December. But he definitely needs to do better because the modern fullback does need to attack as well as defend. Well, he certainly knows how to do the second part. And question over a throw-in given to Leicester, and Tielemans can break, looking for Iheanacho. He's come very central. He's on the halfway line, actually, towards Albrighton. Justin to Morgan. Back to Evans, who hits a forward pass to Thomas, but has to give it back to the Northern Irishman. And all the way back to Kasper Schmeichel. Bad news for Watford as it's 2-0 to Arsenal. Albrighton to Justin. But it's only as far as Brandon Williams, who plays a loose pass, but Fernandes reacts well, and Pogba has it. Almost playing as an anchor, really, alongside Matic instead of further up. And it's now the Serbian who ventures forward, switching the play to Wan-Bissaka on the right. It's behind him, so he has to track back. Couldn't really get the forward motion, but feeds Greenwood, gives it back to him. Now Fernandes back to Greenwood. Looks for Fernandes, that's a nice pass. Who looks to put in a ball towards Williams, but it's defended well by Leicester. Pogba to Rashford, it loses out to Justin. And it's Iheanacho on the counter, and Pogba's can't get there. It's a 3-on-2 for Leicester. It's Iheanacho. Looks through and it's saved by De Gea and spilled, but Lindelof can clear. And it's a foul for Manchester United. Let's have a look at that. I think De Gea got his hand stamped on by Vardy. Let's have a look. It's Iheanacho who couldn't quite foul Iheanacho. It's Vardy's off, might just be onside, but De Gea fumbles it really and gets a boot on his arm as punishment really. And yeah, that was going to be it's a good reaction save after, but Vardy was offside anyway. It will be the drinks break now as Sheffield United take a lead away to Southampton. Let's look at the Arsenal goal. It's actually Tierney who scores. It's deflected, I think. Really good cross from Pepe. And really, really poor defending after that. But really, really poor defending. And I think it deflects off Decore. And Watford, as it stands, look like they're going to go down. It will still be, as it stands, Villa on plus 40 goal difference. Minus 26 goal difference. But Bournemouth are currently 18th with a 1-0 lead at Goodison Park. And Watford are down to 19th. Jay says it's a bit cagey at the moment. We're creating space. Bruno and Pogba need to get on the ball more. That's correct. When we've seen them on the ball, they have done really well. Not had a lot of space, but the times they have really showed their quality. What really needs to happen is Martial, Greenwood and Rashford need to keep making the runs and just need to be a bit better with their passing because it's that's letting us down at the moment. As De Gea takes the free kick after the drinks break. It's straight to Maguire and then Williams. Maguire all the way to Lindelof. United have conceded early after breaks, after halves and long time injury breaks as well. And so they'll need to change their mentality about how they focus in games because Leicester certainly are deadly, especially against the run of play historically. So United will want to get that early goal and then they can sit in a little bit more and counter with the pace and trickery they have. But Rashford's whipped cross, he's done a few of those long passes and played it in towards Martial, but it's overhit and out for a goal kick. He really needs to be on the back foot of the likes of Justin and Morgan, really cause problems with his pace and intelligent play, but at the moment it's really not. It's not looking good for him. Dylan said really disappointed first quarter. Yeah, really so, because it's not been good enough really in the final third, and we've been really, really nervous at the back at times, and a slight error from De Gea didn't help. Not that it led to a goal, but not really the point. So it's Maguire to Williams, who's being hounded by Albrighton, but has got the ball back to Harry Maguire. And he loses out now. Albrighton to Chowdhury, to Iheanacho on the right-hand side. And it's Morgan to Evans to Thomas. Looking to get past Greenwood, checks back instead. Plays it to Evans. All the way back to Schmeichel as United's press is good. Looks for Justin, it's loose, but Albrighton can recover. Rashford wasn't quick enough, something you don't hear that often. And it's lumped by Schmeichel. And it's Brandon Williams. One more clean sheet for David De Gea would overtake Peter Schmeichel's record for United. I think it would be 113 clean sheets in the Premier League. And it's De Gea to Wan-Bissaka now. Greenwood to Matic, who bundles the ball into himself and gives it away to Ndidi. It's Thomas feeding Iheanacho. Back to Ndidi, who sweeps it wide to Albrighton really, really well. And he looks to put in a really good cross towards Iheanacho. It's headed out by Matic. As far as Greenwood, who clears properly. But Evans has it. Inside United's half now. Looks to feed Iheanacho. Loses out to Wan-Bissaka. Greenwood looks for Martial. It's a toe from Evans. Keeps it away. Justin. Evans has been playing really well. I have to say, he's been the best of the defenders for Leicester City. Of course, a former United player who's made 297 Premier League appearances in his long time in the Premier League for Leicester and West Brom and, of course, United as well. And Leicester having more possession as the games settled down in the first half an hour. Certainly straight after the drinks break, they've had a lot more of the ball and United have sat back a bit more. But can't really counter if your wingers are playing almost like a left wing back. And that's what Rashford's being at the moment. Greenwood obviously has come more central, but Fernandes has dealt with that loose throw-in very well. And Williams can bring the ball forward and find Rashford, who again is deep. Plays it back to Fernandes. Rashford, Fernandes, Williams to Fernandes. And Pogba now. He's not got on the ball a lot since the drinks break. Wan-Bissaka to Greenwood. Looks to get away from Thomas and finds Wan-Bissaka again, who trying to beat Tielemans for pace. Greenwood pass towards Martial. And Ndidi does well there, but loses out with the poor pass and Matic can recover it. Williams. Really central, actually. Almost like a central midfielder. Wan-Bissaka to Greenwood. Looks to turn. Thomas can't get past. Has to track back. Pogba now. Of course, got an assist in United's last win at the King Power Stadium for Rashford. But Fernandes looks to feed Martial. It's cut out by Justin. Towards Vardy. Maguire has it, though. Really good defending there. Pogba. United camped out in the Leicester half the last couple minutes. Fernandes to Rashford. Williams is somehow in a striker position. Pogba gets past Ndidi. Looks to clip it in towards Fernandes, who's in and scores. But the flag is up. Now then. Really good ball from Pogba. We'll see if Fernandes was offside. Let's see where Fernandes is. He's on the left-hand side, completely unmarked. He's offside. Yeah, really offside. Unlucky, you have to say, but that shows that's what Rashford should be doing, really. That's where he should be. And it's only getting worse for Watford. It's 3-0 to Arsenal. Kasper Schmeichel hits this one long, all the way to David De Gea, and it's Aubameyang with his second goal of the game. Looking, of course, for another golden boot after being the tied winner last season with 22, alongside Mane and Salah. And Wan-Bissaka does well to get past Chowdhury. The pass towards Martial was overhit, though, and Schmeichel has it back and plays it to Johnny Evans. Chowdhury to Morgan, deflects, but only as far as Luke Thomas, and he can give it back to Johnny Evans, who hits it forward. Contested by Matic, won by Vardy. Ndidi to Chowdhury to Tielemans. Now Iheanacho. Leicester can counter. Maguire booked, obviously, is the one he's running at. He checks back, finds Tielemans, who drives it in, but it's just wide. Almost like a pass, really, and De Gea scrambling, didn't know whether it was going to go in or not. Iheanacho with really lovely play. And Tielemans, and it's just wide. I don't think De Gea would have had that covered if it was just a yard inside and a couple of metres faster. Really, but decent chance from Tielemans. But Fernandes for the moment, who's looking to losing a battle with Justin and gives out to him, but Iheanacho cleared by Matic. Tielemans. Now Ndidi. To Thomas. Back to Evans. Fernandes is down. I'm not sure if he's back up now. Fernandes back up now, but Justin with the ball for Leicester. To Iheanacho, who's played really well so far. Perhaps lacking that tiny bit of quality in the final third, but really good build-up play. Thomas to Evans. Chowdhury. Wan-Bissaka wins that ball, but Mason Greenwood can't bring it under control, and Leicester have it back with Evans and Morgan. 10 minutes to the first half, closing in the final game of the Premier League season, and it's goalless here as it is at Stamford Bridge. Fernandes is down. I think he will need some treatment there, actually. Looks... Justin does actually do really well, so disappointing that Fernandes is actually caused an injury. And it is still goalless in the game. Still only one shot off target for Chelsea. No shots on target for Wolves either, but I've had the more chances, but with the less possession, as you would expect, is part of Wolves' play. But Fernandes getting treatment. I think he looks okay. He's walking fine, but he's going to have to come off for the moment. As half-time is approaching, if you have any questions for me to discuss at half-time, just before the game resumes, comment below and I'll get to them a couple minutes before the game is set to resume. Of course, Fernandes, for the first time since his first game for the club, he's not registered a goal or an assist against West Ham. It's... While a slightly depressing stat, is still impressive that he's got 9 goals and 9 assists in 19 games, 7 and 7 in 14 in the Premier League, and he'll be looking to get back on the mark today, as he is back on the pitch. But Evans lumping it forward. Lindelof, aerially dominant for the moment. He's been criticised of that all season, really, not being able to compete with headers, but of course Vardy and Iheanacho are good headers of the ball. He's done really well, as has his defensive compatriot Maguire. And it's Fernandes to Williams, who has to cut back to get away from Tielemans and now from Albrighton, and was fouled, I think, but Pogba has it now and he can sweep it to Wan-Bissaka, but it's loose, but Thomas gives out and it's Fernandes, but it's deflected away by Leicester. Matic comes back, tracked back by Vardy. Greenwood, back to Wan-Bissaka. United with a burst of energy, but no burst of quality in that move at all. Pogba now. Liverpool have equalised, a Van Dijk header. Greenwood clips it to Wan-Bissaka. Tracks it back, plays it to Greenwood on the edge of the box on the right-hand side. Slides it in towards Martial. Hands it back to Fernandes, who sweeps it to Williams on the left-hand side. Really nice ball there. Pogba rotates into Rashford. Looked like he was fouled. Pogba goes in for a challenge, but Albrighton collects, and it's Iheanacho to Tielemans on the right-hand side. Back to Albrighton and Tielemans. Justin now. Pogba and Fernandes looking dangerous when they've got space, but it's Leicester's job with those two defensive midfielders to prevent that as much as possible. And Vardy looks to get it past Matic, but Matic does well there after a strange deflection. Maguire to Williams. To Pogba. To Matic. And Lindelof to Wan-Bissaka, who looks for Greenwood, but the pass was poor. Chowdhury has it now to Ndidi. Tielemans. Chowdhury. Back to Wes Morgan. as I've said, as 6 minutes to go till the first half ends, plus extra time, a draw will do for both sides if Chelsea lose. But a draw will do for United overall, as it would get them at least fourth. But a foul from Rashford concedes, and it's a free kick to Leicester, which they've taken long to Albrighton. But back to Justin, who's done well in that right-sided centre-back. Certainly better than he was as a right wing-back against Tottenham, and of course conceded the own goal, which I believe was the second of the day, before sandwiched in between two brilliant finishes from Harry Kane. But it's Wes Morgan for now, who has only actually kept one clean sheet this season when starting. And that's something that is not the best record for the man who was... Vardy now! A great ball into him, but I think deflected off him for a goal kick. Out of nothing, Jamie Vardy almost gets the opener, but an equaliser for Everton at Goodison Park. Moise Kean gets a rare goal, and it deflects off Vardy's shin, gets in between Maguire and Lindelof really well. But now Williams finds Pogba, who's pressed by Iheanacho but can find Wan-Bissaka. Back to Pogba, who's got space and time, but finds Wan-Bissaka. Greenwood back to Pogba. Looks for Williams. It's under hit, in fact, but he's got it still. And Matic back to Williams. No real impact from him yet. It's Maguire clipping it to Wan-Bissaka. Pogba. First time passing towards Rashford. It's away from Justin, and Rashford completely makes a hash of it. That was the chance. And Rashford really, really poorly hits that ball. And it's a really nice pass from Pogba, and the spin takes it away from Justin. Rashford takes a good touch and then just skies it. Really, really lovely touch. And it's on the floor, and he tries to lift it past Schmeichel, and he lifts it over the net as well. That was a big chance, and he's not really looked the same since that Crystal Palace game. It will be a goal kick, and Schmeichel hits it long. But it's headed out by Pogba to Fernandes, who loses out. But it's Wan-Bissaka now. And Matic. Watford back in the game, if only a little bit. 3-1. Villa still goalless at West Ham, and that point would take them guaranteed 17th place. But it is going to be a throw into Leicester after some poor play again. On the right-hand side, the fullbacks need to be doing better, making those overlapping runs, but they're not quite doing that, and they're worried potentially about the counter-attack. But they need to do more. The forwards need to make better runs. It is a Troy Deeney penalty that gets Watford potentially back into this game. A win would do enough. A draw may do enough if Villa lose to West Ham. But it's Leicester for the moment with Iheanacho. Loses out to Matic, but concedes, but earns a throw-in. You have to say, I don't think Solskjaer trusts Dan James to replace Rashford in that team. Maybe chooses Odion Ighalo to come in if Rashford still is not playing at his best, and maybe put Martial on the left, which he has obviously played really well at times in his career. It's a bit cagey now, but a really nice pass to Albrighton. And he gets past Williams for the moment and feeds Iheanacho. It's to Tielemans, a first-time ball, but no one looked to get on the end of it, and it's Maguire to Williams. Pressed all the way, really. And he clears with his right foot to Wes Morgan, but Pogba has that, and Rashford to Matic. Feeds feeds Fernandez even. And there are players ahead of him. He looks for Rashford. It's defended well by Wes Morgan, but it's back with Mason Greenwood on the edge of the box on the right-hand side. Looks to get past Ndidi. Feeds Fernandez, who puts in a cross straight to Schmeichel. Another goal, Burnley versus Brighton. It is 1-1, and Chris Wood with a 44th minute goal. And there's about 30 seconds before the second half. Before the first half full minutes over, and we'll see how many added minutes there will be. Probably only a couple, not many stoppages. De Bruyne has just made it 2-0 against Norwich City, so for those of you who captained him against them, well done there. It's Harry Maguire. And Bournemouth back in it with another goal. Oh, Greenwood towards Martial, it's overhit and Schmeichel clears. But towards Pogba, whose header is backwards, but Lindelof can deal with that and deal with it calmly. It's Williams. Rashford. Very central. Whips it towards Wan-Bissaka. Nice find, actually. Really good find from Rashford. Wan-Bissaka getting past Thomas, putting in a ball towards the back post. It's all the way to Rashford, who plays it back to Williams and Matic. Maybe just have a hit, but instead feeds Pogba, who dummies past Chowdhury really well, finds Fernandez through Ndidi. Martial hits it, and it's a corner. And now a big goal in the race for top four. Chelsea have scored. Really good pass from Fernandez, and it deflects off two people for a corner. And a corner on the same side as the last two for Manchester United. And it's Mason Mount who gets that goal for Chelsea. And if Leicester concede, it will be a big goal for them at this point. But Fernandez whips it in towards Pogba. And it's Rashford who takes it down, whips it in, and it's a great shot from Schmeichel. Great save from Schmeichel, even. It's Williams puts it in towards Pogba, headed out by Leicester towards Chowdhury, as far as Matic. Matic sweeps it in towards Rashford and Fernandez, but it's cleared by Albrighton. 90 more seconds of the half. There's 3 added minutes, in fact, and we've already played almost 2. Have a look at this now. Looks like it's Rashford who gets the ball after a challenge between Evans and Pogba, and he whacks it straight at Schmeichel, and that's a really, really good save. And now it's towards him again, and he can't get contact. And there's 45 seconds left of this half, and still plenty to play for. Of course, Mason Mount has got that goal, and it's a fantastic free kick from Mason Mount, who opens the scoring for them. But can Leicester open the scoring against United with possession now with Justin? Back to Iheanacho and Evans. Morgan. 10 seconds left, and Leicester looking to mount one last attack, but Iheanacho hounded all the way by Harry Maguire, all the way back to Schmeichel, and that will probably be it. And it is. And Chelsea are 2-0 up, so this game becomes bigger than ever, and Leicester have to win. I'm not sure who's got that second goal for Chelsea, but it's a big one. Not sure who's got that goal, but it's a big one for Chelsea, who needed only a point. It's a big one for Wolves, who will, as it stands, finish 7th, and United, as it stands, will finish 4th, and Leicester 5th. So it's a big one for them. The second half will be underway shortly, in 15 minutes. Until then, if you have any questions or topics you'd like for me to discuss, please comment below, and I'll get to them just before the second half starts. But until then, it was actually Olivier Giroud who got the second goal for Chelsea. But see you in 15. We are back for the second half, which will just be getting underway quite soon. Of course, just before we finished, I did say Mount found Giroud, who got past Cody and scored to make it 2-0. Solanke scored for Bournemouth, which has made things interesting at the bottom of the table, but it is still goalless here, and a point would keep United would send United down one place, but still in the top four, finish fourth behind Chelsea. A win would take them to third, and a loss would see them miss out on Champions League football from the Premier League route. Obviously do have the Europa League to fall back on, but should not be reliant on such. This is a crucial second half for both sides. Dylan said that apparently Tim Fosu-Mensah is warming up. Could he be coming on for Williams? I could expect it to be Williams because he hasn't been really in the game. I could also see it coming on for one of the attackers who hasn't shown a lot and maybe equal Leicester's back five. We'll have to see if that is actually straight away. I've seen the Jesse Lingard comment. He should not come on. Just if there's any question about that, no. But as it stands, like I said, United are fourth, but they'll want a massive goal at the start of the half, as both Jay and Dylan have said. Need a goal soon to make things a little bit more settled. Absolutely correct. It really just needs to get through, but United do have a tendency to concede during the start or end of matches. Of course, they conceded pretty much straight away in the second half against Chelsea. They conceded at the end of the first half against Chelsea and West Ham. Although that mark has gone, the Mason Mount 2-0 goal does loom, and De Gea was looking a little bit clumsy at times, so United will want to keep their composure, keep their focus, and try and score an early goal instead of conceding one. But Leicester will get us underway as soon as they do, but I'm not sure how long it's going to be. Doesn't look like there's going to be a change made. Looks like it will be the same side, and it is Leicester City to get us underway. And we're away, and it is going to be a long pass straight to Mark Albrighton, and Chowdhury down Leicester's right, cuts back past Maguire and tries to play in towards Albrighton, who puts in a cross, but it's straight to Wan-Bissaka. Indeed, he miskicks it. Fernandez clears, but only as far as Johnny Evans. Fast start from Leicester. They'll want that goal. Evans clips it towards Vardy, headed out by Lindelof. Matic. This could suit United, who will look to counter. And Matic finds a pass to Martial. Good target man there, but a swing from Thomas sends it away. Pogba flicks it back to Maguire. It is unchanged, as might seem, but I think Fosu-Mensah and McTominay were warming up for Manchester United, so he might look to solidify things and counter instead of dominate the possession as they were in the first half with 65%. But it is Greenwood to Matic. Gets past Vardy. Looks to feed Martial, who is through. No flag yet. Brozy brought down. No foul given by Martin Atkinson. Cleared by Leicester. Will be a throw. Really good pass from Matic into Martial. He's onside. And it's a good touch. Just tries to get away. I can't see whether he was brought down or not. Oh, yeah, clean foot from James Justin. And won't be a penalty, I don't think. Just gets a touch. And should really have gone with his left maybe, or taken the shot quicker. But it's Leicester for the moment. And it's Tielemans trying to get past Wan-Bissaka. Has found Albrighton, I think. It's in fact Vardy. Just seen that from the burst of energy. Couldn't get past Maguire to throw into Leicester. And it is a early throw for Leicester. Could be a dangerous one. It is short. It's in Albrighton, but it's cleared for a corner. Dangerous. And it could have been a cutback, but Lindelof does really well there. Wes Morgan, of course, has scored a header against United to seal the championship, but it is in towards Ndidi, and it's fouled. I think it was actually a handball by Ndidi, who sprawled up past, I think, Paul Pogba, but it is cagey, but both teams looking to attack. Solskjaer probably more happy to let his team counter-attack than dominate, as I've said, and Leicester really desperate for a goal. But we have seen Wolves come back from 2-0 down to win a couple of times this season, so there is hope there, but not something we should be reliant on. Martial, though, looking to find Fernandes. He was fouled. Was he? No foul given. And Iheanacho tries to get past Pogba, but Pogba's done well to get past him, but Iheanacho's done well himself to get past Pogba, and Williams slides in and wins a throw. In fact, it's been given against him. Looked like maybe a foul on Martial, really, but nothing given. It's all the way back to Schmeichel, though, who hits it straight at Rashford, but Rashford could only clear it back to the Dane. And Martial would have been offside anyway, had Rashford looked for him. And you have to say Rashford's not been at his best and hasn't been for a few games now. But would they be able to drop him? Matic has given away a foul. And as I say, that's Southampton level against Sheffield United. And I think it's Matic is going to be booked. I'm not sure whether that was actually confirmed. But it is a free kick to Leicester. Justin takes it. It was Che Adams who has his fourth goal of the season. But it's Thomas. Pogba recovers, finds Wan-Bissaka from Maguire, plays it into Greenwood. It's loose, but he's done well there, Mason Greenwood. And has got Thomas for company. Has to play it back to Lindelof and clears it, but only as far as Johnny Evans. But he heads it straight out for a throw, and United can gain the possession again. Just for those of you wondering, I think our clock is just about 20 seconds lag on the actual game time, so apologies if you were cut off in the first half before the whistle. But a pass from Wan-Bissaka was cut off by Albrighton, but Williams does well again, concedes the throw. Is actually level at Selhurst Park. Crystal Palace have equalised against Tottenham. And that is a plus for Wolves, who will be level on points with Tottenham now currently losing to Chelsea, but will probably want another point at least to seal that because they know Tottenham can come back. It is back with Leicester, and I think Iheanacho gives that away. It's a crunching challenge from Maguire. And now Brighton have actually taken the lead in their game as well. So it's 2-1 away to Burnley. And I'm not sure who scored there. And it was confirmation that Schlupp scored for Crystal Palace. But Luke Thomas, looking to get past Wan-Bissaka, he does well. It's Aaron Connolly for Brighton, made it 2-1. And it's Kelechi Iheanacho feeding in Albrighton. And it's a ball towards Tielemans, cut out by Lindelof expertly. But Ndidi to Justin. Leicester getting into this game, making United nervous. Iheanacho looks to hit a shot, but it goes straight at Maguire. Fernandes can bring it away to Martial, but it's headed out by Morgan. Cleared all the way back to Schmeichel by Chowdhury. Pouring down with rain at the King Power. And it's a long ball from Justin towards Iheanacho. It's headed out by Maguire. Brandon Williams can bring it on, but it's lost. It was a poor pass, really. And Justin cut it out, played it to Ndidi. And now Evans. I think it's fair to say every United fan is nervous at this point. When Roy Keane is nervous about a United game, that's genuinely a bad sign. Iheanacho misses out again, but Pogba has it now. Looks to feed Bruno Fernandes. There are players ahead of him. Martial's one of them. He loses out, but Rashford can collect it on the edge of the box on the left-hand side. Brings it back to Pogba. Cuts it back, sweeps it to Wan-Bissaka, who can bring it down. Looking for a cross in towards Pogba. It's headed out by Justin really well. And cleared by Albrighton eventually. Headed out by Maguire. And Williams loses it, but keeps it in, I think. And finds Fernandes. No whistle given yet. That might be looked at if either team score. Actually, I think only if United score. But Wan-Bissaka looking to drive past. Finds Greenwood. Looks to get past Thomas. Does well with a long challenge. Lindelof looked like he was fouled. In fact, concedes a throw. Perez looks like he's coming on. And I think that will probably be for one of the wing-backs, and Leicester will go back to a back four. Spurs would actually, as it stands, Spurs would still take over from Wolves, who are 3 goals behind them in goal difference. So Wolves do need that point. But Leicester will need more than just a point now with Chelsea 2-0 up. And it's a long pass to find Albrighton. It's lost out and it will be a throw to United. Brendan Rodgers giving a few instructions to Dennis Pratt, who could come on for Hamza Chowdhury, who's looked a bit cagey himself. It is Williams, though, who's found Maguire through a body of Leicester players. Back to Martial and Wan-Bissaka. Greenwood. Matic. To Greenwood. And Wan-Bissaka. United have got past the first 10 minutes without conceding, which is not something that should be praised, but certainly something that should be compared in the last few games, where they have conceded late in and early in resumptions of the match. And it is United with the possession at the moment, and Matic. Leicester defending very deep. Happy for United to just play it around, looking like they prey on errors and counter. But it's Maguire driving forward, finding Williams, whose passes overhit and Rashford has to track back, feeding Lindelof. Pogba playing it to Matic. And it's Wan-Bissaka to Greenwood. Matic. Lindelof to Maguire. United pressure. Now Rashford looking to spring to life, looking to find Greenwood. He's held that up really well, Mason Greenwood. It deflects off Fernandes. I think the pass was meant for Wan-Bissaka. It's got to him now, though. Fernandes looking to clip it. It finds Wan-Bissaka from a deflection off Tielemans. Looks to get past Thomas. Does have the beating of him. It would seem he's got past Tielemans, but has to play it back to Matic. It's all the way back now to Maguire. Probably say that this is a dangerous position because United have the ball, but if they give it away, Leicester have the players on the counter. And Justin looks to lump it forward towards one of them, Jamie Vardy, but it's chested down by Matic well. And Maguire plays it all the way back to David De Gea. And it will probably be Ayoze Perez to come on very soon for Leicester City. But for the moment, Lindelof has the ball and plays it to Wan-Bissaka. Greenwood gets away from Thomas really well and feeds Martial. Schmeichel comes out and collects. Really, really good goalkeeping from him. Martial is onside, but I guess it just slides off the wet pitch towards Schmeichel, and that benefited him a lot more than it did the French striker. And I think Perez is coming on now. Indeed he is. Not sure for who yet. It is going to be for Kelechi Iheanacho, who has played well, but his final third play has been a bit poor. His overall distribution has been solid, but he's not done enough for Brendan Rodgers. And Perez, who is a dangerous goal scorer, really. He scored more than Iheanacho has this season. I think he scored 10 goals in the Premier League, but just under the hour mark, he comes on, and that's a like-for-like substitution. It is Thomas with a throw, finding Perez. He gets his first touch to try and get past Wan-Bissaka, but Wan-Bissaka gets one of those long legs in and concedes the throw. And Thomas finds Perez again, and Greenwood concedes a throw as well. As I said, if you have any questions or topics you'd like for me to discuss, please comment below and I'll get to them as soon as I can. Perez was fouled by Greenwood apparently, and was rather a soft one really. It's not a lot in that, I would say, but it's a poor position. United gave away a few dangerous set pieces against West Ham. And this is another one with Tielemans on the ball. They'll be perhaps a little bit relieved that Maddison's not on it, or even Chilwell, but it's still dangerous, and they have conceded a fair few set pieces this season. Is Tielemans on this ball? He could even go for goal because De Gea's left a big space. Seen Fabio Aurelio score one against Chelsea like that, but more likely to play the safe one as a long ball in. We'll see. Tielemans with an inside cross. He goes in towards Justin, and I think it hits the crossbar from Vardy. But let's have a look. He's onside, Jamie Vardy, and nods it on, and it hits the corner of the crossbar. I think De Gea had that covered, but I'm not sure. Really, really good header from Jamie Vardy. Liverpool have taken the lead with Divock Origi. And Burnley have equalised with a J. Rodriguez goal, makes it 2-2 to Burnley, and it makes it 2-1 to Liverpool away to Newcastle. So now Williams looking to get past a few players, but loses out really poorly, and Leicester can counter. Vardy's there, looks to backheel it to Perez. Perez has got space to dance through and find Vardy. There's a pass on to Thomas, who looks to clip it in towards Tielemans, but it's trickles out for a goal kick. Good chance for Tielemans, and he doesn't get a good enough connection on it like his first shot, and it trickles away in a similar position. But this should be a wake-up call because United aren't defending well enough. I think it might come off Maguire's heel, but it will be a corner, and that's really poor because De Gea could probably have caught that instead. But now it's a corner to Leicester, and this could be dangerous. 61 minutes played, and this is a chance for Leicester to seize Champions League football with a win. It's whipped in by Tielemans. Someone's down in the box for United, and it will be a free kick. I think it was Johnny Evans fouling Harry Maguire, maybe. Will be a free kick to United, but certainly not happy with the way they're playing and happy with the way they're defending. Solskjaer's definitely not happy. He sent people for warm-ups before the first half finished, in fact, and he'll know that they need a goal to at least put a little bit of space between them and Leicester. But it is Matic now as Leicester defend deep and look to counter in the trademark Leicester style. But United with the long ball, it's nowhere near Rashford, and it goes out to Schmeichel. I would probably say United should bring on Odi Nagalo for Marcus Rashford and get Martial in dangerous positions on the left. Now, Lindelof has just fouled Jamie Vardy, and it's going to be a yellow card for him as well, and that's both United centre-backs in the book. Let's have a look at that. It's pretty similar to Maguire's challenge, and it's similarly his 6th booking of the Premier League campaign. And it's another dangerous free kick, which Tielemans going to take. Of course, United don't have much time before their next game. They have, I believe, a week and a half before they play LASK in a second leg, which they're already winning 5-0, and they have to just make sure it's secured and over the line at Old Trafford. It's all the way through by Tielemans, and Vardy skies it, but it's another foul, I think, for against Leicester City, and it will be a free kick to United. I think no one's offside, and it's a really poor shot from Vardy, who skies it over, but this is certainly not comfortable, and it's Victor Lindelof to Matic, who's playing almost like an auxiliary centre-back. Pogba basically in the midfield by himself as Fernandes gets further forward. But Lindelof's looking for options. He finds Wan-Bissaka. That's nice to Mason Greenwood, but the touch was loose. It deflects off his own player from Johnny Evans, and it will be a United throw from no fault of their own, really. And it's Pogba, poor pass, and Justin can counter. Albrighton now looks to get past Rashford, but Rashford's done well there. Matic tries to find Brandon Williams. It's a good touch to keep it in, and he looks to feed Bruno Fernandes, but Justin has it all the way, and will go and clear off Fernandes, and it will be a goal kick for Leicester. Justin done really well so far in this game. Evans, of course, I think he's been the best player so far. But Leicester want that goal, so they need their attacking players to perform. Vardy's only 1 goal away from equalising his title-winning Premier League tally of 24 goals. And only needs 2 to beat the personal best, which was that tally. So he'll be hungry for goals, and Leicester will be hungry for 3 points that will give them Champions League football. But a long pass from Evans is cut out by Maguire and recycled to Brandon Williams. Of course, in about 25 minutes, I'll be giving my man of the match. But until then, any questions you'd like for me to discuss, then comment below and I'll get to them as soon as I can. Good link-up play from Martial, but the pass was just wide of Greenwood as the sun brightens on Leicester. But Fernandes has the ball. Pogba looking to drive down the right-hand side, but has to cut back. Defended by Tielemans really well. Fernandes to Lindelof, almost acting like a quarterback himself, Bruno Fernandes. But it's Wan-Bissaka now to Greenwood. Shrugs off Ndidi, but loses out, but wins a throw. It's been Leicester really dominant in the second half. They've had 8 chances now in the game, but still just a 1 on target for both sides. It's Wan-Bissaka to Martial, who's come down the right-hand side this time. Loses out to Ndidi. And Pogba looks to win it back, though, and finds Fernandes, who looks to find Rashford. It's just over here. I think he was stretching, and Justin does well. Schmeichel hits it long. You'd expect that to have actually found Rashford instead. But Fernandes loses out, but Pogba wins it back. Finds Wan-Bissaka. Pogba's been looking really sharp all game. Fernandes has been a bit flimsy, really, and lost the ball in the second half at least. But he has it now and gives it away again to Ndidi. And it's really poor, and Leicester can recycle. But the question is, would you sub him off after being after playing really poor the last few games, actually? And it looks like the player's been called back. It might be Daniel James, in fact. And it's Tielemans. Back to Chowdhury. Very central. Sweeps it to Thomas. Chowdhury to Justin. But cut out by Matic really well. To Fernandes, who slips. Matic looks to clip it towards Martial, but it's under hit. But this is under hit from Leicester. But Evans does well again. And Schmeichel can give it to Thomas, composed, as opposed to his his outfield teammates. Really could see a few changes being made by United. But Greenwood's won that. And now Martial's through. He's there. He's been fouled, has he? It's a penalty for United. And it's a yellow card for Johnny Evans. This is massive. There will be a check by VAR. And also, Watford have made it 3-2. So they're back in the run for survival. It's Martial. Does he get a touch on the ball? No. Might get a tiny one. I can't tell if that was Martial taking it away from him or Johnny Evans. I think it might be Wes Morgan, in fact, who brings Martial down. It's Danny Welbeck, who scores against his former team against... It's Danny Welbeck, who scores against Arsenal, his former club, obviously. One of two former clubs he has, obviously the other one being United. I think they're looking at this now. I think Wes Morgan brings him down. That's very clear. It's very clear, I think Morgan brings him down, but I don't think it's Johnny Evans. It's not clear and obvious, I would say, because, well, actually, it's not an error, because Morgan brings him down, not Evans. It is going to be a penalty, I think. It is going to be given. Penalty awarded, and this is crucial. 21 minutes, and it's going to be Bruno Fernandes. Schmeichel has saved 2 penalties this season, and but Fernandes has not missed. This is huge. He goes and he's ready to pick up the ball. It's a long time in between this, so this might get a few added minutes on the end, which will make a nervy affair for Manchester United afterwards, and especially if they don't get the goal. But here's Fernandes, a picture of composure now. Certainly hasn't been all game, but we'll see if he can give United a crucial goal. It's going to be Fernandes, and he scores, and that is massive. A massive goal for Manchester United and a heartbreaking goal for Leicester City, but a big, big penalty yet again for Manchester United. And who else but Bruno Fernandes, who makes it to double figures this season. The Portuguese Magnifico strikes again. And now you have to say United will be sitting back and countering, because that is a massive goal for them, and it's taken far too long to get. Clear penalty, no doubt about it, no matter what anyone will say. It's obvious. And not even Leicester City can stop Manchester United. As United take the drinks break, they will be looking to continue that good form, look to defend this lead, as they will go third place with this win. Level on points with Chelsea, but ahead of them by 14 goals in goal difference due to their far substantial defensive record. Obviously, United have only conceded 36 goals this season, and Chelsea have conceded a whopping 54. Watford back in this. Of course, as I said, they only need one more goal to level with Aston Villa, who actually, I believe that would be still keep them in 18th if they were to score another, they'd need West Ham to do them a favour, and they'd also need, or potentially need to win the game altogether. But this would be a really big blow for Arsenal, who are looking to finish at least at the most 8th. But it is Dennis Pratt coming on, Harvey Barnes coming on, and Demarai Gray coming on for Leicester, who are reacting really positively after that goal, really. And it's going to be Pratt on for Tielemans. It's going to be Barnes on, I think, for Chowdhury, and it's going to be Gray on for Albrighton, and it will be a back 4 for Leicester City. And I think it might be a 4-2-4 for Leicester City, who desperately need 2 goals and only 17 minutes to do it. Now, it is Fernandez who looks to do a first-time pass towards Mason Greenwood. It's headed out by Thomas, but Greenwood wins it back. It's Pogba to Wan-Bissaka. Back to Greenwood. It's Fernandez to Martial. Bowled over by Justin and Barnes now. Thomas tries to find Barnes. It's cleared by Wan-Bissaka really well for a throw-in. This is... I'm a little bit less nervous now after that goal, but... still plenty to play for. United will want to get 3rd place. They'll want to show how far they've come from last season, obviously finishing dismally and 6th, and finishing outside of the Champions League places in all but 2 seasons since Sir Alex has left. So this will be their 3rd and potentially one of their most crucial ones in the attempt to rebuild. But Leicester might have other hopes. And Vardy towards Barnes, but De Gea saves it, holds on to it, and prevents Leicester from getting almost an immediate equaliser. And it's a flick from Vardy. Lindelof can't clear it, and Barnes does really well to turn and finish, but it's slow, and De Gea catches effortlessly. And that is a shock, but United need to wake up from it and maybe score a second. And it's a header to Ndidi from Williams. Fernandez looks to beat Ndidi and does, but Matic can't carry that. And it's Vardy to Demarai Gray, who's come central looking for Thomas. Greenwood can't get there. He slips as he tries to challenge. But it's Thomas looking to get past Wan-Bissaka and apparently has fouled Thomas. That didn't look like a foul at all. And in fact, it's gone... that's why, because it's gone the other way to... Oh, what's he done here? He's given... No, he has given it to Leicester City. That's just wrong. Solskjaer still not made any substitutions after 75 minutes. United are tiring. I would probably like to see Scott McTominay come on, or even Fosu Mensah. Maybe even Eric Bailly if he's fit enough. But for the moment, it's another set piece, and it's Demarai Gray with Tielemans off. In swinging, massively overhit. And that's a goal kick. Half an hour gone. But, oh, well, whoever was Jesse Lingard on there, he is actually going to come on for some reason. And here he is now, coming on for Mason Greenwood. A rare appearance for the 27-year-old, and it could be his last, with reports making it clear that he's considering a move away after limited game time with Fernandez's signature and decision to come to United from Sporting, and might be a more defensive move. We saw against Palace he was pressing well, but no final ball from him then. We'll see if he can come up with the goods at last. I don't know if anyone's aware of this, but there's a fan that said that Lingard wouldn't get a goal or an assist for the whole of the Premier League season, and he's got 13 minutes to claim that bet. Indeed, he heads it only on Fernandes, but it's won by Perez as he's fouled by Matic. Free kick to Leicester inside their own half. Chelsea 2-0 up still. No reaction from Wolves yet. It's going to be a long kick straight from Schmeichel. Leicester taking no chances. Hit long by Schmeichel towards Morgan. Maguire at that up, but it's loose and Perez can get it back to Thomas. Thomas on the edge of the box looks to get past Lingard and Pogba. Perez to Pratt. And it's Thomas again with a nice ball in. And Morgan misses his kick. It's Damari Gray. It's blocked by Williams. And it's a throw in to Leicester. Really good ball in by Luke Thomas. And Morgan looks to swipe it in, but couldn't get there. It's instead now back with Leicester City on the right-hand side. And they've won another throw. It's getting dangerous for United. They cannot afford to concede right now. Norwich have conceded though, and Sterling has scored. It's back with Evans, who clips it to Justin. Gets past Rashford really well. Puts in a left-footed cross in towards Vardy. And it's over the bar. Lindelof losing out. Let's have a look at that Morgan chance. A really good ball from Thomas, who's done very well since, coming into the team. And Morgan, not someone you'd want trying to swipe it with his left foot, and horribly miskicks it. You'd think Iheanacho has his head in his hands and he's thinking, I would have scored that. But United hanging on to that 1-0 lead. They've, of course, won against Leicester the last two times with a 1-0 lead. Both those goals were Marcus Rashford, but one of them was a penalty like it was today. Can they keep the 3 points? Evans looks to change things, but only hits it towards Brandon Williams. Rashford flicks it on. Looks like he's fouled. It's a head injury. I think it will be a yellow card, actually, for Leicester, and a free kick to United. I would probably take him off at this point for Ighalo. Now then, Bournemouth 3-1 up at Goodison Park. This will be the first time Everton have lost at Goodison Park since Carlo Ancelotti has come in. But as it stands, Bournemouth could be fighting for promotion if Villa lose to West Ham. They are still drawing with 15 minutes to go. No shots on target from the home side. Actually, Villa looking the more dangerous, it would seem. But Junior Stanislas has made sure that Bournemouth is still in with a shout, as has Danny Welbeck for Watford. But Wan-Bissaka with the ball for United, who are leading and will be third as it stands. And he's been fouled by Luke Thomas. Pogba on the ball to Lingard, back to Pogba. Sweeps it wide to Williams. It's a bobbling one. He's pressed by Vardy, but he's done well there, the youngster. Maguire looks to get Lindelof in, and it's a nice pass from Lindelof to Martial. Good strength to hold Morgan, and was fouled by Wes Morgan. Not happy with that, Leicester City, but Martial, I think, did really well to hold off Morgan. Maguire's done really well all game, you have to say. Against his former club, you would obviously expect him to try and demonstrate he has moved forwards and has been really good all game. It's Pogba with another free kick. He looks to find Martial. It's headed out by Justin, and Kasper Schmeichel catches It's Ndidi now to drive Leicester forward. He tries to find Vardy. It's cleared by United, in fact. But they've lost out now, and Matic has slid in. It's advantage to Leicester. Leicester have a chance with Thomas. And Pratt now to Gray on the edge of the box, and the inside looks to cut in, and he misses. Just wide. Looked like it could be a corner. Leicester are pleading for one. It's going to be a yellow card to Nemanja Matic, who brought down Pratt in the build-up. It does actually take a deflection off Harry Maguire, I think. So it should be a corner. But it is going to be a goal kick. United let off there. Wan-Bissaka. 7.5 minutes to go. United give it away again. And Vardy brought down. Not a yellow card, you'd have to say. But by Harry Maguire. He says he gets the ball, but I don't think he does. I think he might get the ball. But Southampton have actually scored another goal. Danny Ings with a penalty. Puts him in competition for the Golden Boot. Man City have made it 4-0. Raheem Sterling continues his good form. Matic has been booked, as I said. And now it's a dangerous chance. I don't know who's going to take this for Leicester. Of course, Maddison not there. Tielemans not there. It might be Damari Gray, who did take a couple against Sheffield United, but to no avail. 6.5 minutes. This could be a big chance for Leicester City. As De Gea tries to assemble his wall. 4-man wall. Big space to De Gea's right. And Gray whips it's deflected off a United player and out for a corner. Big chance for Leicester again. You'd expect there to be a fair bit of stoppage time, but 6 minutes until that becomes a concern as Leicester take an in-swinging corner with Damari Gray on the Leicester left-hand side. Johnny Evans tussling with Matic. It's headed out by Harry Maguire, only as far as Justin, who brings in another ball towards Evans. It's a foul by Johnny Evans, and it will be a free kick to United. Pogba does well, and Evans fouls him, I think. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, Evans has got his hands all over Pogba. Matic wins the header back in from Justin, but it is a foul by Evans. I think there will be some substitutions made. It's going to be Scott McTominay to come on. Question is for who? It's going to be Bruno Fernandes to make way, and of course he did score the crucial penalty. He'll be disappointed to come off, but he knows he hasn't really played at his best. And even when he hasn't played at his best, he's still come up with the goods for United yet again. But a defensive substitution with the robust McTominay coming on. And it's just under 5 minutes left plus added time. You would expect there to be a fair bit of that as De Gea kicks the free kick long. And it's towards Pogba. It's headed out by Ndidi to Perez. Gray tussling with Williams. Gets the better of him, but can't get the better of McTominay, who's done well there. Pogba now to Williams. Gives it to Rashford. Pogba. Lose out. And Villa have got a goal. And it's Jack Grealish who could send Villa into safety after some worrying signs again from Bournemouth and Watford. Villa look like they're going to be safe. And it's Jack Grealish, who looks like he was set to move away, who might actually end up staying. Now Villa are set to stay in the Premier League with only a few minutes left in that game. But still plenty to play for here. Leicester need 2 late goals, and Evans brings it up to Pratt, and now Thomas. Johnny Evans. 6 minutes to play in the Villa game. Only 3.5 plus extra time in this one. Morgan, looking for options, can only find Evans sideways. Evans plays the ball forward to Thomas. Cut out by Wan-Bissaka, but out for a throw to Leicester. Will there be another substitution? Will be for Leicester City, and it is the youngster George Hurst who's going to be coming on for, I think, Luke Thomas, and that is a very attack-minded substitution. And now West Ham have equalised, and it's Andriy Yarmolenko. And this is all-out attack from Leicester City. It's lost out by Perez. And it's out for a goal kick after some poor play from Perez. 2.5 minutes. Will be a long goal kick. You wouldn't mind if De Gea gets a booking for time wasting, but probably not yet, because there will be a fair bit of time to play with the injuries, substitutions and drink break. But it's a tight one at the bottom of the table. It's tight at the top as well, and it's De Gea with a long goal kick towards Pogba. Wins the ball well, but Justin clears it up the pitch towards Hurst, who I think might have been offside, but Matic lumps it forward towards Schmeichel. It is really close at the bottom of the table. Not long left for the sides to get points, but Lindelof heads up, looking for Matic. Matic was fouled. Free kick to United. 90 seconds of normal time plus added time. Matic has gone down, clutching his face. Will be medical staff to come on. Solskjaer probably not happy with the performance overall today, but if they get over the line, that's all that matters. They have big games to come. Chance to win silverware in the Europa League. Of course, have to finish the quarter-final leg. Liverpool running away at Newcastle with Sadio Mane scoring off the bench. Not that it really affects them, but it will mean that they will go to 99 points, just 1 point behind City's record-breaking squad in the 2017-18 season, as Lindelof takes a long free kick. It's actually 5-0 to Manchester City. De Bruyne scores again, but United win the ball high up, and Perez blocked off Lingard from keeping that. It's now Hurst. Matic wins that. He doesn't. He's actually been fouled. Hurst has actually been fouled. Pogba being booked for delaying the free kick. With 15 seconds of actual time to go, as Schmeichel looks to lump it long. We'll see how much is added on. Paul Pogba's first booking of the season in 15 appearances. Schmeichel hits it forward towards Hurst, and De Gea catches it. 5 added minutes, so still plenty of time for Leicester to try and cause United problems. Still plenty of time to United to get a sealer, and De Gea kicks it long towards Martial. He keeps it on. Deflects off Justin. Barnes with it. Looks to get past Wan-Bissaka. Finds Hurst, but Lindelof does well, who I'm giving my man of the match to. He's been really, really good all game. And the defensive contributions he's made, despite all the critics this season, really, he's deserved that. McTominay slips and Barnes look to get through, but it's cleared by Lindelof. Now Martial looks to challenge for that from Morgan, but Morgan heads out to Ndidi. Pogba wins the ball. Apparently fouls Ndidi. Pogba's furious at that decision. 4 minutes to go. This is still nervy, but Leicester need 2 goals. Schmeichel hits it long. It's Williams' clearance. Rashford now bringing the ball forward. He loses out, but I think Matic now gives it away to Hurst. Looks to get past Lindelof. Williams clears Damari Gray and will get a yellow card. I would probably say Rashford needs to come off for Igalo just to add a bit more height and target man ability up front, really. But I don't think Solskjaer will be making a save right now. Schmeichel's actually coming up with 3 minutes to go. We've seen his dad score a fair few goals in extra time. especially for United in the Champions League. But can he get a crucial one? There are still 3 minutes to play, so this is a rather dangerous move. It is going to be Gray with an outswinging ball on the right-hand side, looking to whip it in. It's going to be Demarai Gray towards Hurst. It's a foul for United, and Schmeichel will sprint back as United will take it long. Maguire's gone down, clutching his hamstring, I think, but I think he's all right, really. He's tussling with Evans, who fouls him again. It's Evans every time who's conceding free kicks, and he'll be disappointed with that. City have won 5-0. Tottenham have drawn 1-1 at Selhurst Park, and if it stays, unless Wolves can mount a fantastic comeback, Tottenham will get a guaranteed spot in the Europa League as David De Gea takes this free kick. I think this Wolves game is almost done, so United need the 3 points to get to third. It's launched by De Gea, 2 minutes left, towards Pogba, who flicks it onto Martial. Newcastle's finished. Martial looks to sit in the corner. It's cleared by Morgan, but only as far as Rashford towards Pogba. Now Lingard fouled, maybe. McTominay was. And that's Johnny Evans gone. That's a straight red card from Johnny Evans. And Johnny Evans has been sent off in the last 90 seconds. I want to see that challenge because I think that was really bad from how commentators have been reacting. McTominay is down. And the first challenge, good. Oh, studs straight into his foot. That is nasty. Oh, straight red, no doubt. But that's a blow for Leicester City, and it's a dangerous free kick. Fosu Mensah is going to come on for United. I think McTominay is going straight off. Johnny Evans is off. There are a few seconds left. I think maybe about 40 seconds left of this game. Jay said terrible tackle. Yeah, it really was. Awful challenge. Got none of the ball and all of McTominay, who's still being treated. There'll be probably a fair bit added on to this added time. McTominay looks okay, but I think Fosu Mensah is going to come on. James Maddison, of course, missing out and might be missing out on Champions League football. It's there's been the 95 minutes, but United still have this free kick to take. McTominay looks like he's going to come back on. He looks okay, thankfully. But it is a free kick, and I think it's going to be Rashford to take it. Don't know whether Fosu Mensah has actually come on yet. Solskjaer saying go to the corner, but I think his players would fancy the shot. McTominay is fine, actually. And Pogba dummies the shot, and in fact looks maybe he is going to take it, I think, Paul Pogba. And instead plays it to Martial. And it's to Rashford. Back to Williams, who sweeps it into Pogba. Pretty much pile driver into Paul Pogba's face. But it's going to be a United throw. And Fosu Mensah is going to come on now, I think. And I think somebody else might be coming on too. Maybe Odion Ighalo. There will be substitutions now for Solskjaer. He's going to come on. Marcus Rashford's going to come off for Fosu Mensah in a fairly defence-minded substitution again. And Ighalo's going to come on, I think, for Anthony Martial. And as long as Watford don't score two, Aston Villa will stay up. Grealish's goal was enough. And I'm not sure who Ighalo's coming on for. It's going to be... I think it must be Martial. And... and now there's a chance for Igalo to get a second, and it will be a goal kick. Yeah, Martial was correct. He did come off. But it is Harvey Barnes to Schmeichel. 2.5 extra minutes. Oh, and Lingard has a goal! And he scored after an error from Schmeichel. And he celebrates as he has guaranteed United finish third this season. And it is a Jesse Lingard Premier League goal for the first time this season. And the pressing machine has bagged a goal on what could be his final season at United and his final game. And that is a big goal for him. I feel a little bit of sympathy for the man who made that bid that he wouldn't. But congratulations to Jesse Lingard, who has exercised some demons there and has kept United third. He's had a really tough time, Jesse Lingard, and he's finished the final day of this season in the Premier League really well. And Watford now go down, and Villa do stay up. And it's over here. It's a really, really big 2-0 win for Manchester United in the end. It wasn't the best game. It certainly wasn't the best performance from the attackers, but defensively solid. And a fantastic penalty from Bruno Fernandes and an emphatic sealer from Jesse Lingard gets United into the Champions League and third place this season, when many backed United and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to finish mid-table and Solskjaer not even to finish the season. They've done fantastically well to get into the top four, to qualify for the Champions League, to finish above the likes of Chelsea, Tottenham, Arsenal, Wolves and Leicester City, who were second for a lot of the season. And this is really massive, and it's going to hopefully galvanise United's season next year. And now what they've got to do is compete in the Europa League, which starts on the 5th. We will be bringing all those games live on YouTube. Until then, if you have any questions or topics you'd like for me to discuss in the next one, comment below on the live chat or on the YouTube video, and I'll get to them just before the game against LASK starts on the 5th of August. But until then, if you've liked this video, please subscribe to our channel and follow us on Twitter for all of our content.